When was that first moment where you started thinking about Christianity?
2010.
I was locked up. I was in prison.
No more hope. No more motive for them.
You've given up.
I given up.
That's when my mom was like, "You're so horrible, Johnny. Like, how could you do that?"
You know how crazy I am too.
You sound crazy.
Yeah, I am crazy. So I visit him. You know this monster? He doesn't want to see me. He refused to see me. If I don't throw him, I jump.
You threw James out the car?
Welcome to the Unlearned Wisdom Podcast with yours truly, Johnny Chang. Today, we actually have a very, very special guest, also very dear to my heart. And this is episode 12 with Mama Chang.
Hi.
Mama Chang herself, Mrs. Sandy.
My name is Sandy Sun, which I don't know since when I become Mama Chang. I believe that's because of Johnny say something, right? And I heard so nice to be here. And also thank you all.
You shared with me a story before of
Yes.
what your mom, Lolo, said to you, that when you couldn't make money,
Yes.
she said something that
will.
I
Yeah.
was very shocked.
Yes.
Can you please share with my audience how your mother?
Because I don't know how. Somehow I learning piano. I do everything. My life is lost. Okay, because my life is lost. I don't know. I try so hard, but it just doesn't get successful. So I couldn't offering her money, but only that I have the heart. I say, Mom, my heart told my mom. I didn't say it to her, but.
In your heart.
Yeah, in my heart, if one day I make money, I will give her all I have. That's because that's my mom, my parents. To me, that one is okay because she think money is important, right? But one day I say, Mom, I saw her. She got really angry because the one she loved it, despised her, and then didn't give her money. And she's kind of in hard time cry. So I say, Mom, it's all right, okay? If I make money, I could give you more, no worry. But you know what she said? I'd rather you become a prostitute, earn money to give it to me now.
Wow.
If you have that kind of heart.
Just do it, yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, that's how my grandma was, bro.
Yes.
What age were you when you left the house?
17 years old, because I was in Taiwan so good, but my parents, you know what, they lose everything. Yeah, for any polity issues, we lose everything, okay? We lose everything because my mom, someone scammed my mom. So my mom was so, she has a desire on money. So she just will give that guy, a guy says, you do this. And then she put all her money in there. But
He
no.
scammed her.
Yeah. And then, so that's why my mom and dad really hate in Korea because they're hard. Yeah, it's hurting. So they moved but they don't want to go to Taiwan. But when that time I'm already in Taiwan, because I go to college. So that's why I say, okay, then you guys go, and I'll teach piano. If Americans, if you don't earn money here, I can send money to you, to the American,
Damn,
right?
Boss.
Yeah, that's how I really think so. But under my heart is that I don't want to go with my parents. Too much things. You know what? Always like that. And sisters, brothers,
Too much drama.
Too much drama. Or family is really dramatic. Yeah. So it's so once when I was thinking I should become an actress, and I almost did it, but when I go there, whoa, that's not I can handle it. Luckily I run away, okay. So I was in Taiwan around 13 or 14 years. I lived by myself. Yeah. So when that time, I saw so many things. So many, because I need to live by myself. And my family, my mom and dad, sometimes, they never ask me money. Because when that time in America, it's very, very easy to earn money when that time. As long as you work, you will get money. Yeah.
What were they doing in America? Restaurants again?
Restaurant. But when that time, my dad is already 53 years old. Nobody hired him. And he also got scamming, right? Someone
Scammed him?
Yeah, scam him. So they know my dad is a good chef, but they don't hire him. So my dad is 53 years old. He's in the kitchen. He peel off the onions. And then, So when I heard that, so my dad says, do you want to come? I say, but if you do this way, how you going to earn money? He said, I don't know. I said, okay, Daddy, let me just stay in. When you need money, you just tell me. But actually, you know what? I didn't save money for my parents. That's how selfish I am. You hear what I'm saying, though? Because I try to, but it's not that easy. Yeah, it's not that easy. I wanted to, but I can't. Yeah, I already know. So I already know my life is kind of loser. Yeah, I already know it.
And then what age are you? How old are you at that time? Like
10 years. So 10 to 13 years, I'm in Taiwan. But 27, I came to America. Yeah, I came to America. Do you want me to say how I know my husband? Which, okay.
No, so
so you come to America, and where do you end up? What city?
Los Angeles.
Yeah.
The downtown, Koreatown?
Yeah.
6th Street.
Wow.
Yeah.
Isn't Brothers on 6th Street?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Close.
Yeah, our whole family right there.
So my mom, she had a lot of money, and she would take care of them as well. Like from Taiwan, she was saying, she was able to get all of them she left out a part. She was able to get them to America too.
Wow.
Yeah, they didn't just come on their own. Obviously, they lost everything. She gave them all this money, and then they tried to like get on their feet, and then they were trying to use my mom's money, but she was also still sending money to them.
Wow.
I mean,
Yeah, and then go ahead, Mom. Where you left off?
did you know anyone here? Why did you pick LA? Why did you pick Koreatown?
No, because my parents is right here.
Yeah.
My whole family right here. Yeah. So my dad says, if you don't come now, you're not my daughter anymore. So I say, okay, then I come. That's why I came. Yeah, that's why I came. But first day, I was so happy. Then all of a sudden, you know what? My sisters, they said, I said, Mom and Dad, I think I don't know how to speak English. I wanna learn piano, but if it seems like not that easy because I need to learning English first. So I say, you know what? Since you need money, okay, I go to restaurant, go become a waitress. Yeah, I could do that, right? So my sister says, hurry up, let's go. So every day they talk English. So, at the beginning, I say, okay, let's try. And then the second day, I say, sister, I eat, want, that. And then on the second day, both of my sister says, okay, please, 大姐, that means, oh, sister, stop it. We cannot take it anymore. I say, but you guys tell me I have to learn, right? And I say, I have to learn. And they say, stop it. I say, okay, then let me stop it. That's how at the beginning, that's how we learn English, though.
Wow. What was your first impression when you moved to America?
Oh, so nice. The streets are so clean. And the house, like picture. I really love it. Really.
What was your first step in making money in America?
First time to make money?
Yeah, like what were you thinking of, like, this is how I'm going to make money in America?
Yes. Actually, I have a plan. I'm going to go to learning music, right? But before that, I'm going to help my family because they haven't opened a restaurant yet. And 3 of my sisters, they just want to go to college. They don't want to do the restaurant. So I say, Mom, Dad, I came here. It's my responsibility to open the restaurant. Okay? Mom and Dad, so while I was here, let's open the restaurant. You go to looking for the restaurant, and then I will do 7 day, 12 to 16 hours work, fine. Let sister, brother go to school.
Wow.
They need to. They need to. Yeah. But after they done, because the third one, the sisters, they read in UCLA, they say, I'm going to do the politician. I say, okay, go. Yeah, because she's very smart, very smart. But I don't know. However, so that's why my parents say, okay. So that's why we make the agreement. So when we open it, but you know what? I already know my sister, they don't want to come because nobody like to work in the restaurant. It's really hard, be honestly, okay? But I'm the older one, right? And I was thinking, I need to go to learning music. One day what if I got married? You know, I got married, I don't know, I just have the feeling that I might marry and then my husband doesn't want me to help what? Or family, yeah. But you know what, I said, no, that's my thought. I said, I can talk to my husband in the future, and then at least let's set up this restaurant so my mom and daddy doesn't, when they got old, they have a money, income. Yeah, they don't need to depend on the sisters. Yeah, that's what I think so. But my parents, they have a heart like this. Not only I work in, okay, they want the second daughter, the third daughter, everybody get turn. Of course, that's parents' heart. But you know what, my brother is too young. The three of my sisters, the second one, when she came here, she ran away. She ran to the Chicago. And when she ran, nobody knows. I don't even know. But to me, as I say, big deal. Yeah, you know what? That's normal. I kind of know because she doesn't like to do work in the restaurant. She's like, princess. Yeah. So the third one, the smartest one, they don't want to do because they look down on the restaurant. I know that. That's true. Nobody wants to work in the restaurant. But to me, so I say, why? Okay, I'll take it. Yeah. So that's how I do. But I think so when that time, God already knows me. You understand what I'm saying? And then my husband, my husband, when that time, everybody knows my husband. He's very good. He looks like James. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Love to fight. Love to fight. And they love to macho man, you know. Like that way. So all the LA, like from Chinese, like from us, Chinese, from Korea, they know my husband. Because you know what they call? They call him, Arhu. How you going to say it?
Arhu, it means like reckless.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like
Interesting.
very like Mr. Reckless.
Macho man.
Like I don't care. What's up then? Yeah.
See where I
Like
see
all
where you
gas,
got it
no
from.
brakes. Yeah.
Wait, so this is before you guys were dating, but he was well known in the Chinese community of being this kind of reckless macho man.
Yes.
After all that time in prison, 13 years, I never thought I'd choose to go back.
The Polunsky unit in Livingston.
Maximum security prison.
Some of the worst criminals in our nation sit on death row, awaiting execution dates that could come at almost any time.
I remember wanting to live that lifestyle. I remember being a gang member, robbing people.
Dude, who's this Johnny guy?
A rival gang called Mama Chang, one of the most cold-blooded, vicious murders they've ever seen.
Your past will haunt you because Satan utilizes that.
People who have been incarcerated are going to affect America more than anyone else as a whole.
For every 5 inmates that are being released, 3 of them are going to return within 2 years. We have to get away from trying to recycle people, but to get them to a place where they become men and women of integrity.
Think about the consequences. I know that you think that nobody loves you, but God loves you.
And the more we grow and mature and form relationships from the outside to the inside, I think the more that we can be rehabilitated and become reintegrated in society.
And the Bible says don't judge, but then it also has, you got to discern the spirit. How do you deal with your family not believing that you've changed?
He was a fighter. Like everyone knew him as like he'd physically fight people.
Okay, and so
Physical
when's the
fight.
first time you ever saw him?
Okay, so one day, he told my parents says he's gonna come to our house, give us present, cause he knows my daddy. And then I heard my daddy said, this Erhu, reckless, this Erhu, he wants to look at my daughter. And then I was thinking. So when he said it, I didn't think about it. I said, Daddy, you think your daughter, how pretty that is? That's in your eyes. That's I told my daddy. I said, Daddy, hi, your daughter is not that pretty. Don't worry. And then he said, I said, okay, whatever. And then he came in. But before he came in, my sister will tell me, he is a Erhu. I said, okay, I know what, okay. So, and then I just go in the room. I didn't pay attention. But all of a sudden, I'm so thirsty. Okay, so I come out. He come in. He knocked the door. So we met. So when I look at him, and he looks straight into my eyes, you know what I think? I say, this guy, I might marry him.
What?
I really have that. I say, Actually, I don't know. I don't think when that time, he's kind of short. And no neck. You hear what I'm saying?
Did he use Head and Shoulders?
Yeah, and then he has a big head. Big head.
Clowny.
Big head like a pom. You hear on the show like somebody punching and
Bonk. Built like an egg.
Yeah. So I already saw that, but I don't know. I just inside of my heart says, I might marry this guy. I was thinking, what am I doing? You hear what I'm saying? I said, and then he said, and he said, are you the biggest daughter? I said, yeah. Yeah. Because I say, yeah. Because when then, of course, you know why? Because I'm young too, right? Yeah. The guy's talking to me. Of course, I should do it. Yeah, so like that kind of feeling, though. Anyway, so I go in the room, and then next day, he waiting for in front of my house. Yeah.
Did he have a radio?
He was. No.
我们是 Sorry, Mom.
No, I forgot. And after that, we opened restaurant. Yeah, I forgot him. Really, I forgot him. Yeah, so because no neck guy, so
short, no neck.
No neck guy and short, big head like that. Okay, the eyes like. All right, of course, my eyes is not big. I'm sorry. All due respect. Okay, it's not that. I just expressed when that time. My husband, will he see this? 对不起啊，对不起啊. Yeah.
Sorry.
To my husband, okay.
My apologies.
Anyway, I forgot this thing. So we opened a restaurant at Torrance. Okay. About first week, all of a sudden he come in. And then one day I'm kind of busy. I have a customer, right? And then I saw he come in. I said, hi. And then he's sitting next to me. Because one day time, he was waiting for me until lunchtime is over. So I said, oh, I'm tired. So I was sitting there. And he came sit next to me. And he said, wow, you know how to become a waitress? Waitress. I said, I was born in a restaurant. Like you. And he said, yes. Like that. And he said, you know what? I said, what? I only take one day off every Monday. So next Monday, do you want to go out? Let me drive you. Let me show you America? I say, I was thinking, it's so boring, right? Working. So I said, okay. I told him, I'm not scary. I say, you want to take me? He said, yeah. And I said, okay, I like it. And But if it's so good, so lucky that he is in America because, you know, if in Japan, I wouldn't marry him. You hear what I'm saying? In Japan, is the right side is the driver, right? But in America, is the left side is driver, the car, right? So I see right side, right? But when I look his ear, the ear line, huh? I say, this guy, I know him. This line, I know him a lot. Like I already met this guy before so long time.
Just by looking at the side
Just
of his
by
head?
looking, yeah. So you know how crazy I am too.
You sound crazy.
Yeah, I am crazy. Now really though. Now I think I'm crazy. But when that time, I don't think I'm crazy. You hear what I'm dancing? That's normal. So I say, this guy, I know him long time. And the line, I really like it. Okay? And after that night, you know where he took me?
Where?
McDonald's.
And then he'd show you America.
Yeah, I said, hi. I said, McDonald's. Because I was thinking like, I heard that downtown there is the top there, you know what, the
Like
restaurant.
rooftop. Somewhere fancy.
Yeah, somewhere fancy. That's what I think so, right? And then he took me to the McDonald's.
Red flag.
Yeah. And I said, this cheap guy. I really think about that. And then, you know, he said, how old are you? So rude, right? You never ask a girl's age, right? I say, 27. Why? You know what he say? You are not that young. What? And then you know what I said? I am 32. Actually, he's already 34. He lied to me for 2 years, and he said, I'm 32. I'm not that young either. I say, so? How about let's get married? Huh?
Damn, that fool went in for the kill. No.
He
asked, okay.
Yeah.
He said, I'm 32. I'm not young either. So how about you and I marry because you're older enough, 27 is too old. That's what he means. I said, he propose, right?
Yeah, propose.
I never think about I got proposed like this way. You hear what I'm saying? But you know what? So strange. I say, I'm thinking, well, I'm gonna die one day. Right? If he say, okay, Jim, then let me just get married. I say, okay.
Dang.
So when I go home, I say, Mom, I'm gonna get married. My mom and daddy, when they were eating food, they were like, they dropped it, they dropped their birthday. They say, what? I say, I'm gonna get married with this guy. And my dad says, how about restaurant? I still come here to help you. What is the problem? No problem. That's what I think. But I was wrong. You know why I was wrong? As soon as, so we got, after 70 days, we got married, right? As soon as we got married, I got pregnant. And then when I got pregnant, you know the James, that guy, since day one, that one too, since day one, they don't give me good time. They always give me hard time. You know what they give to me? Day one, I cannot work. I wanted to, but I cannot work. And then James always miscarriage.
Whoa.
Almost miscarriage, because the doctor told me that, you know what? You cannot have him. It's already like 血块.
Oh, yeah, it's like clots. It's clotting down there.
Yeah, when I look at that, you know, I was crying. I said, my baby. You know what? The problem is first time when I got pregnant, right? You know what my husband do? My husband, too early. I say, yeah, I think so too. He said, I still want to have a honeymoon time. I said, wow, we have a whole life, no worries. I really think about that. But my husband's serious. He said, no, tomorrow you and I go to abortion. I said,
Even for James?
Yeah, first one. Okay, you know, both of them, I jumped the car, but now I wouldn't, okay? Wow. The first, I say, what? I say, no, he's in my stomach already. No, I can feel that. And he said, no, tomorrow let's go. I said, no. You know what he said? Then you go to die now. Because he's too serious. You know, I'm so easy to get, you know that I got so easy to get frustrated. I said, yeah? And then, you know why? Because for my period, I know if he says something, I have to follow him. But this one, you know, baby, you hear what I'm saying? How can I follow him? Yeah. So I was thinking, okay, I'm really going to die. If I die, because I cannot just go to abortion, I will. So I say, you want me to die? Okay. I just open the door, and then luckily I jump. When that's only myself, I jump, boom! I jump out of that was the entrance of the freeway.
Wow.
I jumped there, but I'm so lucky. I was stand still.
Yeah, she didn't fall.
Wow.
Yeah. So you know what? My husband, he said, okay, come in, hurry up. Okay, no more abortion, okay? But you know what? We just have this one. I say, I don't think so. At least I need to have 2 or 3. He said, okay, whatever, just come.
Wow.
So that's why I got first baby,
Wow.
James. Yeah.
You guys know I stress the importance of being deep in your word. So we do that every Saturdays at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time in our deep dive Bible class. We go from Genesis to Revelations. We're currently in Leviticus. So all the symbols, all of these unlocks, you guys don't want to miss out. I hope you guys enjoy. It's at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time at coreoftheheart.com every Saturday. And remember, starve the flesh, feed the spirit. See you guys later.
So before we go into the baby,
Yes.
was your husband, was the relationship good with your husband? Because, you know, the story that Johnny has told us how abusive he was.
Yes.
What was your relationship with your husband like, and when did you see him start to change?
Okay, actually, before, you know what? Before we got married, I have a month of a good relationship. But after that, he and his brother-in-law, sister-in-law, they work together, okay? And then when that time also business get down, yeah. And you know what, I find out my husband, he have lots of desire. You know, he's always think, actually that's not bad. You hear what I'm saying? Think about it, he always say, how can I work less and earn more money? Let's earn money smarter way. Of course, I want to do that too, but that one, it's not good for the restaurant business.
For business,
yeah, maybe all other business too, cause that's how I learned from my daddy. My daddy tell me, if you want to earn money, remember this: food always have to move. The cash gonna move, or money is gonna move, and customer gonna move. People will say, "Oh, the good food," and then people like to watch people. That's how my dad tell me. But my husband, he look at it. He might earn 1 month. He say, he's happy. But after 1 month, he will say, "I want more." And then 1 month, how you gonna raise it? Not like right now, like you have YouTube something. But he started thinking. You know how he think? He said, the best way, I raise quarter or 50 cents about the food price. But
so he'd raise the price.
Yeah, just a little bit, so you could work less, make more money.
Yeah.
But you know what? When that time, it's not little bit. It's not little bit. Actually, we're not like for the rich people. I believe rich people too. Everybody about, if you think a quarter or 50 cents, no big deal. But if 1 week you come to our house, it's 3 times or 4 times, quarter or 50 cents, it's the matters.
Yeah, it will make a big difference. No.
Yes, because this is a food business, right? So I said, please don't. At the beginning, so we argue a lot. But his brother and sister, they, you know what? They just don't say any word because, you know, that's our things. So that's why we start to fight a lot. Yeah, because of this part.
Because of money in the business.
Yeah. I say, you only want to get earn money, but you know what? Read my lips. Read my lips. I learned from my daddy, but I don't know if it's right or wrong, but I believe America is same thing. It's going to let business down, and then it does happen. Yeah. Of course, he cannot take it. Yeah. So right now I'm thinking, when that time I talk him nicely, I talk him, oh, please, honey, I use it this way, he still doesn't listen. So that's what I start to change. I believe I start to change it. Yeah, at the beginning, because not money issue, right? So whatever he do, I just, okay, follow, right? But it's about money issue, it's about life things. I told you already, I say, oh, no, we talk together good. But he doesn't listen. And then I realized, oh my God, yeah, that time, yeah, I cannot use my mom's way. I need to follow him. But that also hurts me, right? But what can I do? It's too late.
So were you seeing him like not just the restaurant, but your life like deteriorating, right?
Yes.
Like you were becoming less and less successful. Customers were leaving.
A lot. One day, 10 table, 11 table
They just get up and leave.
left.
Wow. So, and what would dad do during that time? Did he still change? Or
He
did
said, no problem. But until he know it's really hard, and then he came to me. You hear what I'm saying? And then I said, you came to me? And I was so happy. I said, please, then. I think he changed. I said, okay, so are you really want to change? He said, yes. Okay. I said, okay, now let's drop all the price down, go back to regular, maybe a quarter cheaper than other restaurant, because we're already rooting our business.
You got to get them all back.
Yeah, so that's why we need to do cheaper than others. So we need to get credit again. And I say, please, can you please? At the first time, I thought he changed it, right? So I say, okay. So we did it because he's a really good cooker. So he's a good chef. So that's why 10 days.
Oh my God.
Boom.
Everyone came back.
Yeah, and then money start to
Come back.
run. Yeah, and then also I can pay the worker.
Employees.
To me, that's good enough. You just keep going. But you know what? He got tired. He said, this much money, if if they got a little bit more, they pay quarter more, it's gonna make so difference. That's the first time I heard that. And then I was, I really, you know what? I was 我流冷汗呐.
Yeah, like cold sweats.
How can he think this way? So that's the first time. But he changed again. You hear what I'm saying?
He changed back to
He changed back.
Yeah.
Yeah, changed back again. You know what? We're so lucky because his food is good. Even customer, you know, he changed back like, you know how many times? 6, 7 times.
Whoa. So this constant
Constant
raising
go there.
price,
Yeah,
lowering
constant
price.
go like that. So his brother, so my brother-in-law and sister-in-law, they separate him.
Yeah.
Wow.
Is that when he started to like drink and
No.
when you started? Yeah.
No, because business going up and down, and then he cannot take that. I made the right decision, Johnny. So he started getting angry and he started to take a little and start to ignore me. And then I said, wow. You hear what I'm saying? Also, I could see the brother-in-law and sister-in-law, they cannot do anything. It's not about them. It's about me and my husband. So they say, let's separate. There's nothing I can say. But before that, I have a James, right? I have a baby James. But when that time, my husband is already what? Hates me. His heart is hating me. He started hating me. You know what he think? He said, because you don't listening to me, you don't follow me, make me what? So tired. Actually, the real issue that he's a macho man. So
he was failing and he couldn't see.
It's hard to have like your wife tell you what to do.
Yeah, also that maybe my attitude, because you know what, my attitude, because I'm kind of lost. You know, he's not like my daddy, right? And he doesn't even listen. Like I say, hey, that means talk to my hand.
Yeah, yeah.
So what can I do? Yeah. But so since then, he totally changed. I changed too.
Wow.
Yeah. My heart start to, at the beginning, I have anger toward to him. But not that long, because I already told you I'm going to die. Okay, this is only the life thing. So it's all right. And especially James, I jump out the car, I win again, right? So he cannot take it. So he totally changed his,
Wow.
When I got second Johnny, you know what? James, James.
Yeah, well, before we talk about Johnny.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Yeah, tell us everything about James. Yeah, how was James as a kid and a baby?
Oh my God. James, was the sweetest boy. You know what? At nighttime, that's his legs, okay? He's like this. At nighttime, he sleep. He never cry.
Wow.
And I only prepare about this much meal, okay? I put it, first month, of course, I need to help him. First 2-3 months. Since the third month, he play with his leg. That's his leg. He always play his leg. Yeah, you think about that, and he doesn't know that's his legs. He will think sometimes legs go that way, and sometimes he play like that. Really, so when I look at it, I say, "Oh, interesting, huh?"
Sounds like a dumb kid.
No, he's
like, wow, what are these
things? Yeah, really, and he's like, and did you see when he talk, he's like, this kind of, so see, he's play like. You hear what I'm saying? I was saying, oh, so cute. And then also, he saw everybody, he smiles. I don't know, he's so shiny.
Very outgoing baby.
Yeah. And then I say, James, dance. And then he was like this. And he smiled. He's like, enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So that's why only half a year I got pregnant.
Wait. Why did you name him James?
James? Oh, James is because everybody, because I don't know English name. So my husband says, call him James. I say, okay, whatever you do. Because I need to follow, I still want to keep this marriage. You know what? To me, I never think about I left my husband.
Oh, really?
Were you
never.
Was it because you were Buddhist?
Yes.
Yeah. So it was. So you did it out of religious.
Yeah. Because or Buddhists, because we were thinking like this life, I have this kind of hard time, which means my last generation, I must done very, very bad things to him.
Like karma.
So you thought that the hard things in your life were happening because of karma?
Yes.
How important was Buddhism in your life? Were you going to temple every Sunday? Like how much were you practicing, or how much did you believe in Buddhism?
Okay, actually at the beginning, I truly believe, because my mom, when he go out, let's say right now, he needs to go back to Taiwan. He's gonna ask ask like this.
Psychic.
Psychic.
Like a shaman.
Today is good for me to go there, or which time is good for me to go Korea?
Wow.
To be everything gets smooth or to earn money.
Like a fortune teller.
Yeah.
Fortune teller, yeah. And then also, I truly see you say psychiatry? Psychic, you know what? Sometimes my mom, we have a picture, for example, okay? We have picture, and then we move this picture to a little bit right this side.
Yeah.
And then, that fortune teller, he already knows it. Because since we moved to here, something is not good things happening.
Feng shui.
Feng shui.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Feng shui.
So the psychic would come to your house and tell you where to place things, or he would just sense it?
He sensed it, because something is not good happening. But my mom just moved there. He didn't think about to ask the fortune teller, right? But so he said, something's not right. So he called that fortune teller. The fortune teller said, this morning, around early morning, did you move something? And then, yeah, I did. I moved this one to them. Okay, move that back.
Wow. I believe him.
Yeah,
That's
it
pretty
is.
crazy.
Demons.
Yeah, it is having that. I do see their power. I do see their power. So my mom even see. My mom is what we say. We are in Bible. He already he's already have fellowship with demons. Demons.
She was having fellowship with demons. It was like witchcraft on that level.
Really,
my
really.
My granny was like that. They would attack Lao Ye.
Yeah,
too.
they will attack my daddy. You know, so that's why. Because I do see it. So that's why I say, oh, I have to. But you know, it makes me scary.
Yeah, my grandpa. I remember as a kid that he would literally get demon possessed. He would walk out and his eyes would be completely different, and he would be like, "What those?" Which means I'm hungry, and he would eat like crazy amounts.
Like more than Caleb?
Like more than Caleb. Like 3 times Caleb. He would eat as much as like those competition people and another like times 2 in his stomach, and he just yak it all up later, but and then he just walk, and then I would look at him and he was just complete blank stare, and then he'd go back to sleep, and then he'll wake up again, and it'll be him again. And I could physically see his eyes change.
His eye, he does, and then sometimes he got the woman who killed herself, right?
She'll jump on him.
Jump onto my daddy.
Yeah, onto the.
And then you can see the eyes change. So every time when my daddy have a different demon possessed, his eyes it's really changed.
Yeah.
And so,
I remember that.
And so is that why you believed in spirits and Buddhism? And
so that's why I have to. No way out. No way out. So I said, oh, there is a
power.
Power. But this power really make me, I hate it. You know why? Because, you know what to say? Because the demon comes already in my daddy's inside, right? So my daddy cannot do the business. So he just sleep and eat, right? And then his stomach goes up this. That means a fat man or fat girl. And then what should we do? So in Korea we have like something doing like this. Let this demon go.
Right now.
Yeah, try to cast out the demon.
Yeah, try to cast out. And then every time when he do cast out, let's say this is the knife, okay? If cast out, this is the door. But this is we hold it, right? Knife holder. If he cast it, but the knife holder going out, that means that this demon
the
doesn't
blade is
want
still
to come.
pointing at him.
Yeah, so he's still at our house. But if he do it, and then boom, the knife, the beginning one goes out, then that means out. But that time in Korea, we have a 12 a.m. We cannot go out on the street. Yeah, when that time in Korea.
Like a curfew.
Curfew, yes, curfew. I forgot. You're so good at English. Thank you.
Good memory.
Yeah, good memory. Yeah, really, he knows what. And then, but usually one time those doesn't want to go out. You hear what I'm saying?
It's hard to cast it out.
Yeah, it's hard to cast out. So they were jumping until 10:30, until 11. Then I'm the oldest one, right? So let's say until 11. On the street, not that many cars. And they're out there like drunk, drinking people, right? And then also I cannot just throw these things.
Yeah.
Throw this demon because demon he needs to go home, so we have to give him money or something like that, but not real money. So I need to put that back. I cannot just put on any street. I have to what? I have to go on like 十字路口叫什么? Like this.
Like a road, like a
road.
Yeah.
It has
with 4 corners.
4 corners.
Yeah.
It has to be 4 corners. Yeah, because if I only go to my side, it will coming back. But I have to go to the corner and I throw this trash, whatever. No, not trash. The
whatever
demon,
you're using.
He wants it.
Yeah.
I throw that and then I cannot look back. If I look back, this one comes with me. So I just throw that and then I need to go home. But sometimes, you know what? The car, a lot, right? And then I didn't know. Sometimes, I just throw it All of a sudden, I don't know which car just beep, beep. It make me so scary. And then I say, oh my God, I cannot look back. I cannot look back. And then they drive through me. They say, take that things back. Then I just run, yeah. So I really hate this kind of feeling. So in my heart says, this kind of God, if I say not God, this kind of
deity.
Yeah. I don't want to believe. Right?
It's like exhausting.
Yes, so it's so burdensome.
Yeah, and it seems scary.
It's scary.
So every week we do these live recordings. It gets very intimate, very personal. I talk about a lot of things that I don't talk about on the podcast. And some of you guys may miss it. It's called the Discord main stages. However, we are placing these every week on our audio platforms. So you can listen to it on Spotify. You can listen to it on iTunes. And you guys could grow a lot more. It's just another way of us for just giving back to you guys, appreciating that you guys tune in and listen. So yeah, look out for those every week. We'll be adding those in.
It's only on audio platforms. So Spotify, Apple Music.
Yeah.
You said iTunes, but Apple Music. And then
It's also
Amazon,
available on Pando.
Available on Pando.
American Online. Net Zero.
But yeah, it's audio only. So if you want an extra dose of unlearned wisdom, just make sure you go to the audio platforms and we'll pop up all the little icons. The link is in the description.
And if you want to hear those live, make sure you join the Discord.
Yes. All the details of what we just mentioned will be in the description.
And it's completely free.
Completely for the expensive price of free $99.
Free $99. So you're basically believing in Buddhism out of fear.
Yes. Out of fear. So
Okay.
that's why. So my husband I never think about to be divorced. No, because I do something bad to his
Karmic debt.
generation.
So karmic debt was keeping you actually in the
Yeah.
relationship.
Also, I think when I look at death at 13 years old, I already know I'm gonna die one day. So everything is no big deal. So what do I care for?
Yeah.
Why do I need to care? You tell me. I'm
Okay.
gonna die anyway.
Okay, so James, cute baby, and then the second
boy.
one.
Oh, this monster, huh?
Yeah, let's get into the good stuff now.
Yeah. This monster, you didn't know. You didn't. Oh, this monster, when he come in, we did it again. Okay. My husband says, huh? I say, and he said, this time you need to listen to me. But no, I can't.
So he tells you to abort it again.
Yeah. And then I say, you know what? I say, only half a year. No problem. I will take care of it. Okay? Okay? Please. You know what? Also, one James is too lonely. Yeah, at least. I think about 3. My husband says, done. I said, okay, 2. That's what I said. I said, 2, please. Okay? So he said, no, you need to go. I said, please. And then he doesn't listen, right? I said, then of course I say, I'm gonna have it. And he said, yeah? You wanna die again? Die. I said, again? Okay. But when that time I have James. You hear what I'm saying?
Yeah. So there's more to lose.
Yeah. But, and then I remember when that time I put the James cry. James, he knows it. I don't know, he just cried. So I put the James, I say, you want me to die, right? I say, I have to die, I have this baby, right? He said, yeah. Because he think I wouldn't because of James.
Yeah, and you guys are driving in the car.
Yeah,
right now.
driving, I'm on the right side, yeah. So I put James right next to he didn't sit in the high chair, okay? He always liked to stand up between us, caravan. So I put the James, I said, okay. I put James, I remember I kind of pour him and then let him go out, or I think I throw him. Because, why? Because if I don't throw him, I jump, James could what?
I'll follow you.
Yeah.
You threw James out the car?
No, she
No.
threw him towards the back.
Oh, to the back
Yeah.
of the car.
But I put James in the back. I want to jump, but I was thinking, no. You know what? So I moved to the back. And then I poured James right there. I pat him, okay? And my husband, see, you cannot do it. I said, I say, yes. You look at me now. And then I open the door. But you know what? When I open, I jumped at it, but my body, because I need to hold James. I'm scared he followed me, so I was jumping kind of different way. One of my hands, I feel like I'm tripping, and then this knee just straight go down to the here, and then this hand straight go on the pavement. Yeah. But I didn't move. You know what? My husband stopped. You know, James, how lucky James. James was like this, sitting there. He hold the back seat, we have a holder, right?
Handle.
His hand thing. And then he's sitting there. So I said, so I got up. So my leg is like, it hurts. When that time it really hurts. So that's why my.
Can you show the scar?
The scar right now is almost all gone. Yeah. But after that, because it's really hurts for after 1 year, so maybe you want to take a look. But here I have asthma.
Yeah, it's okay. So you'll see, you can still see it.
Yeah.
And then my husband says, you really want this baby? I say, I'm not joking around. Yeah. So I got him.
Wow.
So I got him. But I don't know, maybe this kind of situation make him doesn't happy. It's
like
not
the
happy.
trauma passed into him?
Maybe. I think so. Yeah, it's not maybe. Right now I know so. Because since he was born, he never smiled.
Really? Never once?
Never once. Since he, even the first day before he born, when that time or my brother-in-law and sister, they didn't get separated. Yeah, I was holding, because I have big stomach, right? I holding James, and then the brother-in-law, when I go to restaurant,
he's vacuuming.
Yeah, vacuuming. Somehow I don't know. He has no sense. I have no sense either. I step on his vacuum, right?
Yeah.
If he doesn't move, fine. But maybe he's too scared. He take it out, yeah. And then, but I cannot just throw James away. So I just hold James and my legs split it. Whang, on the floor.
She fell in a split.
Did the splits, yeah.
Yeah. So I was thinking, this monster, since day one, always,
creating problems.
Yeah, create a problem. And then that night, I have to go to the doctor. Doctor tell me, no problem, 3 hours. 3 hours is going to come out, but it takes me 13 hours. So I know something wrong.
This guy's just a pain.
And when it's the highest pain, it doesn't pain, and then it go back. And it start to pain again, it go to the highest point, it doesn't hurting. So when I finally got him, he has, what he has? His face here has a big whole bruise. So when I look at it, I say, huh? Is that born natural?
That's an ugly baby.
Oh my God. Like that.
That baby ain't mine?
Yeah. I said, that's baby. Oh, what am I doing? Like that. But you know what? Before that, when that time my parents live with us. So she came. I said, Mom, I know something happening, right? I said, I know if this time doesn't work out, I could die too. My mom just like this. She's look at it. Why baby doesn't come out? So means something's not right. When that time, I was lying on bed, and then I talked to, I don't know, I didn't call Buddhist, but when that time I called Buddhist, I don't want to call him, but I have to. No way, because I don't know Jesus, God yet. So I say, Buddhist, I cannot die now. I say, look at, not babies already doesn't come out. James, if my husband, he's very, he's okay to find other woman. But James, no, I can't. so I'm not gonna die. Yeah, I don't know why I said that. So I say, Buddhist, I'm not gonna die, okay? Please, let me be alive. And then also, baby, be alive. And then after 1 hour, it comes out.
Wow.
So you think, how can I not to believe in Buddha?
Right.
Wow.
Whoa, the deception from the day.
Right?
Wow.
Yeah, right?
That's terrifying. A 13-hour delivery, thinking that you could possibly die.
Yeah.
And so how relieved were you after that hour when finally Johnny was born? How relieved were you to be alive? And
Yes, I was so I say, Buddhist, I am not gonna change my heart. Until I die, I will believe in you, all right? So human beings are never believed it.
Wow.
Don't trust your heart. Yeah.
Why'd you name him Johnny? Same thing?
Johnny is my husband take it.
You know, it's funny because their names, both of them, are biblical.
Yes.
But you never named them for that reason.
No.
Yeah, it's funny how it worked out that
When
way.
that time I don't know Jesus, I don't know any of God.
Wow. Okay, so let's get into his. So you have this beautiful boy, James, who's such a good kid. And then you
Yes.
have this baby that never smiles.
Yes.
So what was it like? Oh, also, actually, my question is, at the time, you guys are living in the projects, or what made you move into the projects?
Because business getting done, right? And then because my husband, he's too stressful. So he's kind of hopeless. So that's why he doesn't want to cook. Every time you know what? When restaurant get busy, he start to curse at them, complain. Yeah, I say, huh? I say, please, people come. That's money, isn't it? I don't understand. He said, too much. No, doesn't earn money. Why I have to do like that?
He was self-sabotaging the business.
Wow.
Legit.
Yeah. So, but when that time, anyway, our business
failed.
Yeah. It's only can fail because too much desire, you cannot take that. Nobody can take that. So when I say this, and then we have no place to go, right? And I say, I'm so lucky. I heard that there's a Section 8.
Section 8. Yeah.
Right? Section 8. So, and this is just right there. But you know what? When that time, my husband actually, his heart is already been sick. You have to know that. He is a macho man. He believes money can make him like this. But he's a fail. So he start to change. And he start to
beat me.
He start to beat, and then I don't know. At the beginning he do slap, but little by little he start to beat James. So when I look at him, and then I could feel when he beat James, I could see he's look at me. Then I realized that why he look at me, because he wants to know I follow him or not, that I still agree with him or not. So when I look at it, I hurry up go to beat James, because I believe that if he look at me like that, actually he has a hatred toward to me. I know that, because I always make him like I'm right, he's wrong, right? But I don't mean to. What can I do? Maybe if I know he's this kind of hard, I wouldn't. At the beginning, I don't need to argue with him. But I was thinking, we're making life too, right? Yeah, so I say, because when that time I already know he has that kind of heart. So I hurry up. I be more James than him. Then he feels so, this wife still follow me, still agree with me.
But what about the times that he hit you? Well,
yes, he hit me. I already told you, right?
Yeah.
Because I already think I'm Buddhist, right? Last karma, right? That's why. So he hit me. Actually, it's what?
Good for you.
It's good for me.
You deserve it.
I deserve it.
Whoa.
And so, yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
When Buddhists, we do think that.
Especially after you just survived the pregnancy, and so you're thinking that this is just life. This is what it is.
Yeah. Anyway, you know what? This is own short life. We're gonna all die anyway. Yeah. We're gonna all die. So, let me just go past every day. But right now, because of kids, I cannot die. When that time, I'm thinking, with the kids, I have to what? I have a motive to, so that's why I do his way. And that I'm totally hide anything in my heart, hide everything about me.
Wow.
Yeah, but that was a terrible.
When I come along, how am I as a baby?
When he come, he never smile, right? You know what? He's not only smile. When I look at him, you know what? When he look at people, his eyes, little eyes, right? He's just kind of like so frustrated, like he cried all the time. The eyes was so little, so cute, but always swallowing every day. You look at the picture, he's like always swallowing every day. So when I look at him, I say, oh my God, Johnny, what can I do for you? At least I can, take it. But you're so little. I don't know what to do. Yeah. And then, you know what? About since 3 months, because he know how to, he started to have strings, right? You know how he cry? When he cry like this, okay? All of a sudden, I'm holding him, and he's so angry, and then you know how he cry like this. But I do so slow, okay? I do slow. But you think about it, he could do so quick.
Yeah.
So it's like his back, go down. Go down.
Basically throwing himself out of your arms.
Yeah, threw him on the floor. Wow. The head goes down because I hold his legs.
So I'm like,
yeah.
Yeah, you hear what I'm saying? I hold him, right? That's him.
Yeah.
And he's like that way. And then I was, so I have to hold his head.
Yeah.
But I'm lucky when that time. I think I'm very strong. So I'm stronger than him when that time.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's you know what? He did that every day, every minute. You don't even know when it's gonna happen. We out of nowhere. At least we said, okay, we got angry. We could see he's not. He's just like the way, and then
out of nowhere, just
nowhere. And then one time, you know what? We went to a restaurant. He's a big eater, you know.
Is he?
Yeah.
He's a big eater, yeah. And
He's
then
a star player.
and then he you know, he's very good at zip the noodle like that. Okay, yeah. And then the noodle comes out when I go to restaurant because the noodle is too hot. So one time he cannot walk. He was sitting on a high chair, and then he's looking at me. I know I said, wait. I could feel he's waiting, but I know. I said, wait, okay. And then I put the noodle. I wanna, because it's too hot, right? He thought that I'm gonna eat that noodle. You know what he do? He put the hot tea toward to my face.
Dang.
What?
How old was I?
That was
couldn't walk.
3 months to 6 months.
You did not mention that.
The tea last week.
Yeah.
Huh?
We got the details.
Yeah,
He threw tea at you.
On my face. And then, so the restaurant waiter says, oh, you know, in Cantonese they say "dai lo." That means a big broad, like a
homie.
gang.
Yeah.
And then he's like this. And then he doesn't. You hear, he has no
Emotion.
Yeah, no emotion. And
Damn, demon child.
so you know what? I just and then everybody, whole restaurant, look at him, and then I would, you know, I'm already got used to it, you know. So I just pretend nothing happened. I say, okay, eat, and then he's like that. You hear what I'm saying?
He hasn't changed. He was like that yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, he threw water at me because I told him to stop eating.
Wow.
Eating too much. No, I'm just kidding. Okay,
Yeah.
so now growing up in the projects and now they're older.
Yes.
What's happening, right? Because, he's told the story so many times and James has told the story about like how terrible it was, how they were fighting, things like that. What's your perspective of what's happening to your kids?
Actually, when I moved to project, right, I didn't know there was like that kind of environment, right?
You just thought it was like cheap housing.
James told me that, Mom, can we move? But I don't know the situation. So I said, James, just be patient, okay? Just be patient. You just follow teacher and then you could do it. You need to listen to the teacher. Actually, that's our old style. Yeah. I don't know that area is like that way. But one day, when I look at, wow, they changed it, right? Huh? First, this guy, because I already call him monster. And you know what, this guy, he's too smart. You know how he's smart? He can even let police come to our house and then police say, you know what, Mrs. Chang, he is so sweet. So I give him all my quarter to him. He didn't do nothing bad. I said,
Wow, he would even change the police's mind.
yeah. When that time, he's so little.
How old, Mom?
When that time, you were about 5 or 6. But when that time, he wear, you know what?
Bandana.
Bandana. When I look at it, when that time, James hasn't changed anything yet. But actually, James' heart is already start to change it.
How old are they?
They were, when that time, Johnny about 5.
Wow,
okay?
even at 5.
At 5. But James after 3 years, he start to show. But actually, I believe that James is about 10 or 8, around 8 or 10. Yeah. So, but Johnny at 5 years old he started to wear bandana. And then, you know, he started to talk like this. All of a sudden, he said, and then I say, Johnny, why you doing? He even talked to his relative, say, so what? So? And then I all of a sudden, I saw he's very become hardened and hard. And then I say, Johnny, no. And he said, so, Mom, I don't care. And then I realized, oh my God, when? Is that how it happened? Actually, when that time he's already outside, but he's so smart. He's so smart. You know what? One time, I don't know someone tell him maybe. He said, I want keyboard. And then
skateboard.
I'm sorry, yeah. Skateboard, yes.
Oh, he's a nerd.
Yeah. Yeah. I want skateboard. And his daddy says, no. He said, I want skateboard. I say, oh my God, please don't say that. You're gonna get beat.
Yeah.
And then
dad beat the.
And then my dad said, no. I want skateboard. And then you can see boom, boom. When I look at it, and then I don't know what should I do, okay? Because he's too little. And then you can see he's kind of boom, is kind of nauseous.
Dazed.
Yeah. But he stand up, he said, I want skateboard. So when I look at my husband, I hurry up running, and then I start beat him. Because you know what? Because I beat him, it won't be as
hard. Yeah.
Yeah. And my husband says, this say a lot of bad words, and then just so and then sometimes, you know, my husband's so angry, he even beat me at the same time.
He thinks he's hitting Johnny, but he's hitting you.
Yeah. Sometimes he did it on purpose, but to me, fine. You know, I already told you, to me, that's normal is already, because I'm thinking I was doing something wrong. Yeah. However, and then, you know what? He called police. He said, I'll call police. And then he called 911. He said, and 911 say, hello? And then you know what? He hung up the phone. police come, right?
You guys know
Yep,
that.
yep,
Even
yep.
if you call, they're gonna come.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't know that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Police come. And
Yes,
police, you know what the police say? I say, oh my God. You know, police look at me. My husband left. My husband left, and then I was standing there. Police, I look in, and police at the beginning look at our house, but he look at me. I don't know, maybe I look so weak, like a nice people. He do this to me. I said, oh. So I didn't say anywhere. So Johnny said, my mom hit me because I want to skateboard or something. He beat me. And then you know what police say? Oh, that's why you call me? Because you ask them to give to you and they don't give it to you? You know what? If I'm your daddy, I will beat you more. And he was like, whoa.
Whoa.
When that time, I don't know. I don't know, should I say we're lucky or we're not lucky? I really don't know, because I cannot decide, because to me, it's too confused. I have a heart, but you know what? My heart is not important. But police said that. Yeah. So, okay, I just didn't say anywhere. Okay, I didn't say anywhere, so they left. They said, you know what? Next time, if you, because of you call me, you know, so many people, they are dying right now. They really need us to help, and then you block us right here. What kind of boy are you? That's why police said to him. So maybe for him.
Yeah, now he can't trust them.
He can't trust them. So he will, since then, he become more.
Oh, you noticed the change that day.
Yes.
Wow.
Of course. At least he trying to say police can protect him, right?
So
He definitely didn't call the cops again.
No more.
No more.
No more.
Right.
Yeah, no more.
I guess, like, you know, he went to YA at such a young age. And in that process, like, are you seeing him get worse and worse and worse? And what are you trying to do in that in those situations?
I have James too. So because daddy, he's in there, so daddy start to beat James more.
Well, before we get into that, what happened? Do you remember what it was like when you got the phone call that he was going to YA?
Yeah.
What was that like?
I couldn't take it. I cannot take it. I know he's gonna in the jail. It's end up in the jail. I know. But when really situation come, this little age, I cannot take it.
For you guys who don't know, we recently got on Pando. Pando is an app for prisoners, not only exclusive to prisoners, but there's 600,000 inmates that are listening to the Pando app. So if you guys have family members, friends that are incarcerated that you feel would benefit from these episodes and these life lessons, please let them know. Just go to the Pando app, search and type in Johnny Chang. You'll be able to find me. I'll be like this. And hopefully they learn some lessons from that.
Even before that, you knew, but because of his behavior, that you saw his path was going to jail?
I saw it.
So she's leaving out parts where, like, remember, Mom, what the police, before that I was getting in trouble, but they were bringing me back to you. Do you remember? Multiple times, yeah.
Yeah.
So she knew, because they would tell her. The cops would be like,
Cop tell me.
because it would be a juvenile release. It's like, okay, he messed up. Like, they would wag their finger, and be like, he did this. He's like tagging on the walls. He's fighting.
And
then
that's right. I forgot that part, because police keep bring him back to me.
So
and
and then they would tell her. Remember, the officer would tell you, like, if he doesn't change, he will end up. And
he
you
will
didn't even know what juvie. She was like,
when
juvenile.
I don't even know what is juvie. I said, what is juvie? Yeah, I don't, because I never have that kind of life, right?
And then finally,
So,
Do you
also.
remember when they called and they said that 我的衣服 like 他穿的是什么衣服出去 and then 回来说是什么样的衣服 and then 他们12岁说他是花青棒嘛 remember? You can tell that story.
12岁的时候
对
，yeah， 他们已经说你是华侨帮了嘛？
Yeah, you can
因为
say.
你取去的时候 okay, the police tell me, says, but when he at home, he go out different clothes.
Like I would wear a change. I would have the
you
homeless
change.
change. Yeah, because we would fly our colors. Yeah.
Yeah, because when I look at it, I didn't know. But I know something is not right. But I didn't think about he will change clothes like that way. But when one day police said that, do you know your son in the gang? I say, what do you mean gang? I said, oh, but I know gang. But he said, in watching. I say, huh? I said, no, he's not in there. I say, no. Of course, I refuse because there's no evidence, right? Actually, my heart, I refuse to believe it because this is too much for me. I couldn't take it. Yeah, I have James there, also him is there, right? And my husband's there. Also, my life, I don't know what to face. The life is too many things happening to me, right? And I'm a loser, remember? I'm a loser too. But they told me that, no, he's in watching. I say, huh? How? Tell me how. And then they told me what he wear, what kind of hair does he do, what kind of shoes he wears.
Did you know about watching before, Mom?
Yeah.
Are they very famous, like in the Asian
Too
community?
famous. Even me, I know it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because in Taiwan, we have another gang. But in America, watching another in Taiwan, it's all over whole world. And that gang and this watching gang, they are most biggest in the whole world.
For
But-
Asians, yeah.
For Asian. But whatever he go in that watching, there are more worse. There are lots of things going on. Yeah. In America, they are very active. Active. Very active.
So while he's locked up, Johnny had explained on his story that like because it was hard for you to navigate the prison system, nobody ever really went to visit him. So what's going on in your mind while he's gone? Like, what are you thinking about every day?
I cannot take it. I just shut my brain. Like
Disassociated.
yeah, like Johnny is not there. Like I lied to myself. And then James is here, so I also need to take care of James. And then so many environment. Yeah. But at the beginning, it's like that kind of hard. I cry every night, but I couldn't let my husband know. Yeah, if I cry, because for him, it's all my fault. Because he married me wrong. So you know what? In our Chinese, if you marry a good woman, she will let you become more grow.
Fortune.
More
more
fortune.
Yeah.
But
They believe in this fortune stuff, like.
yeah. Since I married him,
And then it's when he became poor. Even though it's his decisions, he still likes to blame it on you.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's an Asian culture. Like
That's-
a lot
yeah.
of people go through that.
I know my husband, he's saying that to me. But I also know one thing that actually deep in his heart, he knows, but he just like me doesn't want to, he reveal.
Yeah.
Yeah, admit it. So all he can do is because I'm his wife, and he knows I'm his wife, so he knows I won't divorce with him. All he can do, he just what? Do whatever
Take it out on
to
you.
take out on me.
Yeah.
And I accept it. Because to me, as long as James alive, Johnny alive, fine with me.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a crazy. It's crazy to see the sacrifice of a mother. It's like you endured all that pain, even from when they weren't even like when they were in your womb, and that was the only thing that kept you alive or wanting to live was for them.
When that moment, okay, and then after that, at nighttime I cry a lot. And then one day, I was thinking, no, I refuse to see him. I only think about me, right? But who bring him in this world? It's me, right? Because my husband says, I told you, you jump on the car. That's what you get. So that's why you bring me this much trouble. Right. He is right. It seems right. It is right, right?
Yeah.
Because he doesn't know what he's thinking. But I don't know why. I just see, I don't know, maybe I already see I'm going to die one day. So maybe the thinking is very different. Yeah, I'm kind of crazy too. I believe so. Yeah. also in my period of the time, Buddhism is really influenced me a lot. And I saw my daddy this kind of experience. I know there is a power. But that power I cannot overcome. Yeah, so I say, okay, then right now, I cannot yet. Because when that time, I don't think about so luckily, yeah. If when that time I think about I'm already dead, right? But when that time I don't think about I know one day I'm gonna die. I will kill myself. I know that.
Whoa.
Yeah. Because it's really hard.
How old were you when you were thinking those thoughts?
Actually 13 years old, I was thinking, you know what? As long as I close to that, I can even
Do it whenever I want.
that thought coming out one time and then it never comes out. But think about live with my husband and Johnny and James go through this much things. I really don't blame them. I only blame myself. You know, I'm gonna die anyway. So, but so luckily when that time, right now I'm thinking. Right now when I look at back my time, when that time I could, but when that time I don't think about. I don't know why. Yeah. I just think, okay, let me just be alive, let these kids. I still have motive for them. Yeah. And after that, so one day I was thinking, I bring him to this world, then okay, let me put everything behind, go to watch him. Yeah.
Visit him.
Visit him, yes. So thank you, Johnny. Yeah. So I visit him. You know this monster? He doesn't want to see me. He refused to see me. They don't really have a good relationship, James and Johnny. I don't say they're like a fluence a lot. I don't see it. They're like you go your way, I go my way, like that way. But I'm thinking, so Johnny must. I believe he hate me, but deep in his heart, he doesn't want to show me his true image, that kind of image. So that's why, of course, he refused me. Just like I refuse him, pretend he's not there. He's only alive. Yeah.
How long had it been since you'd seen him at that point when he refused to see you?
How long?
Yeah.
I think that was like a year or two.
You were in YA for 2 years before she visited you one time. So what's your perspective? Why didn't you come out?
It was shameful. And then they were telling us in YA, forget about your family. Like, they don't love you. You know, you're going to probably die in here. Or if you come here, you're going to live in prison. So why you can't show weakness. You can't show, that's all I was hearing. You can't show weakness. You can't show weakness. And then, like, I would talk to other people and they would be like, yeah, man, my dad was an alcoholic and that's why I'm like this. You know, they would get mad, 16, 17, 18-year-olds even. And they're like, F my dad. F. And it was a mixture of like, I don't want to be weak. I don't want my mom to come see me weak because I probably get sad. And then I don't care too. It was like different days were different emotions essentially. But it was all of that.
And then during this time, do you realize that James is also in the gang life?
I know it's different, but I think he is. But I still say no, not too.
You're in denial a little bit.
I still deny, right? Who wants to?
Of course.
Yeah.
So then what happens when you get the call and James is now going to juvenile hall?
You know what? I say, okay, my life is done. When that time I admit, okay, my life is done. Yeah. So since then, I really think one, actually, at least I say, James is outside, right? So it doesn't mean that I don't care about him. It's just at least one of them. But both of them, that means I am totally loser, hopeless. It's time to die. Why? Because, you know what, I'm a nice person, right? We have a nice person. I'm thinking, I make two monsters harmful for the society. Because when I know James, because of Johnny, I start to really pay attention to the gang, what they are doing. It shocked me. I say, oh my God. You know what? I know that they go Chinatown. I do see they, you know what, they grab the old lady back. They let this old lady just tripping on the floor. And then 911 comes. The lady, she's bleeding. So who knows if she dies or not? Look at it. I didn't see my son, but I'm thinking my son is, one of them.
Well, so you started, at this point, it sounds like you started to kind of blame yourself. And I'm understanding the difference between, was there a part of you that thought it was karma, like you deserved it, or you did something to deserve this? Or when did you think, like, okay, this is a sin, this was just a sin?
Sin, both.
Both.
Both. But to me, sin for her is bigger. Karma is because that's what they say, right? Okay, we believe it. But I already told you, it's been through these many years, right? I always try to be nice to the people. Yeah. You know, I'm the kind of people, we don't need a law. Everybody can live together. I'm that too nice. You hear what I'm saying? Too nice. But because the Buddhas also teach us too, you need to do good thing. You need to do good thing. But so that's why I never really think I'm a sinner. I just say because, as you say, karma, right? Karma? Yeah, because of karma. So I accept it. But my heart doesn't really think about I do harmful for the society.
You weren't a bad person in your heart.
You feel like, I never become a bad person. I never.
Until that moment.
Until that two of them, that moment. The sinful heart, I'm a sinner. That heart is huge to me.
What was the first moment that you encountered God, or when was that first moment where you started thinking about Christianity?
Yes, it was 2011. 2010.
And you were still in YA?
No, I was locked up. I was in prison.
Got it.
Yeah. So, of course, before that, remember I said I feel like, big sinner, right? And then my heart started no more hope, no more motive for them.
You've given up.
I given up because they already end up in the jail. And then what we know is for the statistic, you guys say?
Statistics.
Statistics, you know, how many percentage when they come out, how many percentage to go back. Mm-hmm. To me, that's already done. So that's why I think when that time I start thinking about. But you know what? About that short amount of the time, what I remember is I start suicide at least 7 times, at least. But never did it. No, I truly, I do the acting, but I always blocked it. So I started thinking, why is that? You know, why is that? I want to do, but I couldn't die. So I was thinking, oh my God, even die, I cannot die. You hear what I'm saying? Everybody said they are so easy to die. But, you know, I'm so scary to eat those, like a medicine. Yeah, because, no, that one, I don't take that. I'm thinking about to use something. And then also I'm thinking, so I start to study the best way, no hurting, and then die. You hear what I'm saying? Finally, the last time I come out, right now, I always remember, around, in 60 freeway, there is a Nogales Street, Roland Heights there. Nogales Street, that day, I know the raining, but not like a heavy rain. I heard that, so if you like kind of raining, the floor wet, it's very easy to slip, right? A split, right? And then, but when that time, the Nogales, they don't have a wall on the side. It's like this. Freeway from here come in, and then all freeway go like this. So we merge in one line. So I'm thinking, now. So it's the best time I was think, I'm gonna die. And at the same time, you will see, for example, okay, you will see the picture. Because it's too hard for me. Yeah, I have no hope. I lost smile. And then I don't know what am I doing. I don't need to be alive. Because when I think about Johnny, when I think about Jensen, when I think about my husband, I just could cry. There's nothing, so many people, I cry so many times, yeah. But when that time, I didn't think about why my life become this way. I just say, okay, it's time to die. And I really start to hurting this song. And then, in the end, I start to see the picture. This picture, the face, you can see all over, really. As long as I open my eyes, he could be right there, or he could be right there. He's the one always smile at me. So sweet. So I start to talk to that guy. Actually, that's my what? That's my imagination. Yeah. So I say, I just feel, he said, you're so tired. I say, yeah. I say, you know what? I should die, right? He said, yes, you should. As long as you die, no more problem. The problem is all gone. That's what I start to. But the last time, when I go Nogales, right? I say, hey, I feel like I saw him again. I say, hey, this time, you and I, we're gonna make it, okay? I'll go to see you. I'll go to find you. He said, yeah, come. I'm waiting for you, like that, really. So I do it. And so I start to put gasoline, right?
Accelerate.
Yeah, accelerate, and then supposed to be like streets like this way. But I was thinking, the car, they come in, and I just go straight. And then I will what? Bumping. And because they have a kind of high, so I bump 2 times, 3 times. Surely I will die. Yeah. So I say, okay, now, yeah, I'm done. And then I put my celery, right? I don't know what's happening. How come I'm not dying? And when I open my eyes, I don't know. Somehow it didn't go this way. It goes by street way. And then you can see, because I put celery, it started to but all of the car, they all stop. Only me like they were. So I say, oh, of course. I said, oh. So I grabbed the steering wheel, and then but I don't know. I don't have experience. When that, I cannot just stop, right? But I just stopped it, and the car turns, and then so many cars just like this. So many cars waiting there. My car turns, and they and I said, oh, I could go the other way. The other way, the other side, they walk, they have a lot of cars. I said, oh, I'm going to die this way. But, until the wall there stopped it. And then all of people like, and I said, huh? So I hurry up. But I don't know why. I just hurry up. And then I go, out of the what? I run off the freeway. I was sitting on the street. I say, wow, I didn't die again. So I saw that face. I said, what can I do? I need to wait for another week. I don't want to be another week. You hear what I'm saying? When that time, I'm still teaching piano because I need to at least survive, right? So a phone call called me, a phone call. And then this lady, she's supposed what? She's supposed she's supposed ask the teacher for her daughter to looking for the teacher, right? Looking for me to teach her daughter. But however, we ends up like this. We ends up like she decides she and her daughter take lesson together. Then I say, okay, yeah. That's the only 2-3 students I have. But I need to making at least I need to make food, eat food, something. So that's why the first time I go there, I go her house. Actually I'm halfway through. I'm kind of half skinny. Then right now, so. But when she looked at me, she said, "Oh, you are so beautiful." I said, "You know what I wear? I wear a baggy t-shirt, pants." So she said, "Come on, please, teacher, come in." And then you know what she prepared? She prepared, Taiwanese food when I was in Taiwan there. And then it makes me so happy, right? And then I say, okay. So I teach her piano. I teach her piano until the 3rd lesson. And then I don't know why she's kind of very curious about me. She said, "What happened?" And I told her, I said, "I have 2 sons, what blah 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 like that." And then she said, "Wow." Then she said, "Okay." I said, "Well, but you know what? No problem." But I didn't tell her I'm gonna start to play another. But one day she said, "You know what? Do you wanna come to our church?" I say, "Huh?" But I want to earn that money, right? So I cannot say no. But I say, "Yeah, I will go." You know what? If God do something, nobody can stop him. Really? Why? Because of I don't want to go to church. Okay? She said, "Come, we have Bible seminar." I said, "Okay," but I didn't go. So I go to there. When that time I go to Target, find a job. When that time I know how to do cashier. That was a Sunday. The first day I go to work, okay? The manager said, manager says, I want to go early morning. Yeah, I want to go early morning because at nighttime I cannot sleep. So I say, I want to go early morning. So he let me in about around 3 a.m. So 3 a.m. to 11 is the time. Yeah. So when I go there, at the beginning, he told me, blah, blah, do this, do that. And then he said, "You know how to do register?" I say, "Yeah." But when that time, you know what? They don't have they do have a computer, but they don't want me to use a computer. Of course, I don't know how to use a computer. So I say, "Oh, yeah, I know, but I know how to do cashier because we're doing the restaurant business when that time." But, and he said, "You do like that. I said, I know it. And then I said, "I'm sure I know it, right?" And he said, "Okay, around 8:30, you come to do cashier." I said, "Okay." You know what? At 8:30, customer come in. Okay, when I do cashier, the first customer, okay, you know what? God do something, nobody can stop. I have to say, our God is that good. So I know how to do it, but somehow, I don't know why it doesn't open. Then I said, okay, so I need to clear everything, right? I need to clear everything, but maybe I forgot. I don't know. I don't think I forgot. I still do it. All of a sudden, I still doesn't open, but computer, I go into their, accounting there.
Yeah.
The computer coming out.
Yeah.
The sign check. Like I'm the hack. I want to stealing their money. It become like that way. But when that time, I said, "Oh, I just think this is not good, right?" But I didn't think about they can call police. I didn't know that. So I said, "Manager, manager say the bad word to me. What are you doing? You told me you don't know how to do computer." I said, "I don't know." And then, "How you come in here?" I said, "I don't know." And he said, "Get out. Yeah, get out
so
here.
he thought you were trying to steal money or something.
Of course, you think about it, right? Go to their accounting. And I don't know how to make it. It's already checked.
This is like you Asians.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe you're right. So that's why. And I said, but I work for 5 hour money. You need to. You know what he said? I don't call the police. You think you already need to thank me when I was so sensitive about, police. When I heard police, I said, okay, bye. I just left. But I don't want to go home. It's 8:30. So what can I do? I memorized there. They have Bible study. So I went there. When I went there, they around 10 they started. Okay. So when I go in.
Is this good news? Wow.
So I walk in, right? And then I walk in, I just say, okay. But I don't know if that's God works. I just go in because no place to go. I don't want to go home. So I went there. And then as soon as I walk in, because I know how to speak Korean, right? And the pastor says, do you feel so... You are very pitiful. Huh? Is he talking to me?
The sermon you're saying?
Yeah, sermon. Yeah. But I walk in. I say, he knows me? I said, is he fortune teller like that? And he said, do you think right now hopeless? How come he knows me? He's talking about me? This fortune teller, not good. But I still just sit there. And then he said, please, right now, you open your heart, just listen. I say, you know what? Whatever he say, I always say the word, how can I open heart? What is open heart means? And then he say, like God answered me. Says, open heart means just like the water, the fall from coming up, go into your head, through your face, go into your heart. I only remember that. I said, I don't see any water or something from the heaven. And I said, anyway, okay, I'll listen. But whatever he said, you know what? I don't understand. I really don't understand. But I don't even memorize what he talk about the Bible verse. Yeah. But I remember one word. He's talking about Jesus. He said, Jesus could help us. Whatever you think you need help, please rely on him. You talk to him. That's only, actually it's Isaiah. Do you remember? 我们个人耶和华 so the Lord put our sin lay on him.
Isaiah 53 verse 6.
Yeah, actually that's 6, that verse. But the last word he talked about that, I didn't memorize, but I understand that meaning. So after he said that, I still don't understand how to, but he said that, or Jesus is very powerful. So please, whatever you think right now you have a hard time, please, you talk to him and then put your burdensome to him. Then I say, oh, okay, that part is it. So you know what? After whatever he say, I don't understand. I don't even hear. I say, Jesus, you seems like a very nice person, huh? Okay, because I'm Buddhist, okay? So I'm in very royalty, so I don't think this generation I'll believe in you. But our family, we have James and Johnny. Both of my son, I cannot teach them. They're in the jail. Okay, you're that powerful, then you change them, okay? And then I say, I give them to you. One thing. You buy 2, I give you 1 free. One of them, my husband, okay? I give it back to you. So, all to you, okay?
That's so Asian. Buy 1, get 1 free, man.
Yeah, buy 2, get 1 free.
She doing a deal with Jesus.
That's how I really did that.
You're a nice guy, I'm a nice guy. I got 2 sons, 1 for you, 1 father, 1 2.
Yes, that's how, you know what? be honestly, since then, I never think about what. Never comes up. And I don't see those sweetest face anymore.
I'm super excited to announce that we have our merch finally. You guys have been waiting. You guys have been begging for literally since Burger King was a prince, about a year and a half now, I think. And finally, we heard you. We got everything out. We got sweaters. We got crew necks. We got hoodies. We got joggers. We got windbreakers.
Beanies.
We got beanies. We got firstborn children.
Dog collars.
We have dog collars.
Duffel.
Hats. Duffies.
Crossbody.
Crossbodies.
We got it all.
We got it all, guys.
Where can they go get it?
They can get it at coreoftheheart.com.
It was a fun merch shoot too. Like even if you guys don't want clothes, go look at the new photos of Johnny.
Yeah,
a lot of new photos.
Who
of
took
Johnny.
those photos?
Yeah, Aaron Word.
Like, there's really
Someone those photos are super sick. Whoever took them must be a freaking genius,
stud,
creative god or whatever. Like,
if you guys want to rep Koth, now's your chance.
Yeah,
go get it, and we're super appreciative of all the support.
I'm excited to see all the new Koth merch at the next live event.
Yes.
The next live event is going to be dripping.
If you are wearing Koth merch, you might get a
signing.
chance to be on camera. We'll take more photos of you.
If you wear Koth merch to the next live event, you skip the line. No, I'm kidding. 2 lines, one on the right for Koth merch, one on the left for everyone else.
If you wear Koth merch, you're getting to heaven for sure.
Hey, you know those pastors that are like, I feel like I need a really giving spirit right now. I'm feeling a very giving spirit right now. Lock the back doors.
Yeah, he locked the doors.
Lock the
He's like,
doors.
there's 1,000 of you. If everyone gives $40, that's $40,000. I was like cracking up.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Well, anyways, guys, merch is out. Link in the description.
Love you guys. Thank you guys for supporting. Appreciate you guys. And we'll have more merch on the way. We'll have so many other things. We're constantly leveling up the platform. So just want to appreciate you guys for supporting. Whether you're day one supporter, whether you just started supporting, genuinely from the bottom of our hearts, we appreciate you guys. Love you guys. Peace.
You pray and you ask for those things that day. Then what? Like I'm just curious of like how was Pastor Kim mentoring you?
That's yes, the Pastor Kim and Pastor yes.
Pastor Kim and Pastor Han.
Pastor Han.
Yeah.
Pastor Han.
Yeah.
Actually, that's Pastor Han.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so what do you you're obviously you tell them your entire life story at some point.
No, I haven't told them.
Oh, really? So
they just say it.
So then what are you doing so you leave that Sunday and what's going on in your mind?
Oh, that Sunday after they let me stay whole day. I went there morning and they have a afternoon sermon too. But in the middle of the time, Pastor Han, okay, his wife is
Jean Samonim.
Han Samonim. He doesn't speak good Korean, okay? But I don't know. Okay, he speaks fluent. She speaks fluent English. But you know what? She came to me. She said, Korean, the way she talks, just like Johnny talk English like that, but like that way. Because I still don't understand what she's saying. But when the heart, I was thinking, she doesn't speak good Korean.
But she still tried.
But she still try. So that this Jesus must something. Then I wanted to know. That's the heart I accepted. Okay? So, and then another sister came to me. She is talking about Roman book, okay? She talks about it, she say everything. I say, no, I don't think of those sin. I don't have those sin, but I am very greedy. I know it. I admit that sin. And then she tell me, so she said, who is Jesus? And then she start again. I still don't get it. I really don't get it. So, but you know what? The more I hear, Jesus is a very powerful man, and he wants to help us. He seems like hold this whole world. Yeah. So even my Buddhist, he could overcome. I have that kind of heart calm. Okay. So I said, stop, sister. I'm so tired. It's been around 20 years. I didn't get good sleep. Can I sleep now? Really? That was the first time, at least 20 or 25 years. I sleep on the table at the church. I even snore. I slept. It's first time.
Wow.
Yeah. So also you answered to me, go home. Since then, every Sunday, it's not I want to come. Because when that time I need to drive. And then, there are lots of traffic. And they always, road construction, right? Especially St. Gabriel. And my car is not that good. Always, you know that, right? The water pump, boom, like that way, water pump is no good. Something, red lights, it drives me nuts. But at least I don't even appreciate when I have a car because it's make me too much stress. I say, But become Friday and Sunday, especially Friday because I remember when that time, Friday I go. Sunday, I say, Friday come, I say, okay, I'm not gonna go because when I come back, it's only 15-minute road. It takes me an hour because they are construction. I was so, I'm so angry. I cry in the car. I say, next time I'm not gonna go to church. If I go to church, I'm not, like that, okay? But on the Sunday morning, I wake up, I forgot. I say, Jesus, what words are you gonna give it to me today so let me can be happy 1 week? So I go to drive again, and I go back today. It takes an hour. Sometimes when I come back, an hour 45 minutes because road construction. Continue 2 years. So it's not me, it's Jesus.
Wow. What are you learning that's changing your mindset to then be able to handle your husband and then to be able to handle the pain that you felt that both your sons are in prison?
Because when that time, pastor started to not tell me, when he do the sermon, okay? When he do sermon, pastor says, you know what? In this world, there's called Satan. He's very good to use the thought to work. All he can do is use thought, okay? So say because you got salvation, he didn't say to me, but I was sitting there. I know that God is talking to me because, God's mercy, he's pitying me. He doesn't let me die, right? What kind of situation is this? Actually, God is planning, but when that time, I don't know. And pastor already know. Pastor know. So pastor says, Satan tell you, say, now you got salvation, huh? You start to learning Jesus. So you know what? You need to become good Christian. So, but be careful. You need to know, is that from your thought? Is that from Bible? So pastors, every Sunday, 2 years, okay? I go there, listen. When he talk about it, one day he talk about Acts chapter 16, verse 31.
Mm-hmm.
He said, you need to believe in Jesus and you and your family will get salvation. Yeah, something like that. Okay, English, I'm not that good. So, and you know what he's talking? He said this. First of all, it's how you want to be a happy life. You have to get salvation. Also, you have to be righteous. And then Jesus will what? Through Jesus. And Jesus can change them. It's not you. That's what he said. I say, wow. Then my husband, wow, yeah. Because I believe in Jesus now. Yeah, I think, when that time I think, okay, I say, okay. So I was so happy. Oh, I'm so, hopeful. So hopeful, yeah. So I hurry up, drive home. I say, yeah, husband. He say, oh, wow. But he still look at me. When he look at me, I say, you know what? Today I went to church. And then, can you feel like I was so happy, and then all of a sudden somebody put the ice water on me. So all of them, no more patience, right? I say, okay, go to die. And then I laugh. That's the first time. So you know what? I threw that promise away. Right? Because I didn't believe. When I heard pastor says, oh, I'm so hopeful. But when I go home, when I look at my husband, I say, God, no, not my husband.
There's no way.
There's no way, right? So when I go and I listen again, God give me another verse. God give me, you know what, at least since then, about 4 years, he keep giving me promise, but I threw them away. I threw them away. Why? Because I thought I believe in Jesus, but you know what? I don't really know how to draw the line for this is how to believe in Jesus. I should say how to accept the words. I don't know.
How to truly throw away your thoughts.
Yes, that's right. So, but God keep give me promise every time, and then I forgot, and I go home and that's my husband do. I say, oh, God. So I threw them away. But one day, the sister, I don't know why, that day, the sister sit next to me. She's talking to the other girl, but she said, you know what? The Acts, chapter 16, verse 31, it come out again. And then boom, it clicked me. Wow. Right. So what does that mean? It means what? Why do I have to believe in Jesus? Jesus gonna do it. It's not I do it, right? So I just rely on Jesus. Yeah, I just say, Jesus, you do it. I cannot do it. Even my husband that way. Even my husband that way. No problem. You could change him. Don't you think so? Right? Jesus can change him. So that's why since then I never tell him. I never talk to him. Whatever he say, I say, okay. But so strange. That year I went to Dallas, and God gave me the Isaiah, the words said that I'm the one who's calling you. That means God calling me. And then I will become your right hand. I will establish you. I will help you. Don't be scared. Yeah. So I said, you know what? And then God also says, I'll give you the best of the best. I'll bless you the best of the best. So when that time I say, Johnny's dad. He say, I say, you know what? You're going to become rich. I said, we're going to become rich. He said, huh? All of a sudden, he said, oh, yeah? Oh, tell me. I said, Bible. He said, okay. But he didn't say, He didn't say that. He said, okay, where? I said, you know what? I said, you want to look at? He said, no, I don't look, but you tell me. I said, okay, I tell you. You know what? God he's the one calling me. And then he's going to establish me, right? And then he's going to be what? He's going to become my right hand. And he's going to give me the bless of the bless. That means, you know what? The bless of bless, what you want, you tell me. Of course, money. I say, okay, we're going to become rich. I say, you're rich, I'll become rich too. So now, look at it. We fulfilled it.
Whoa. Is he out of prison yet?
When that time, yes.
And have you mentioned God to him at all? Or at that point, like you said, you're just like, you know what? It's in
No,
it's in
because
God's hand.
you know what? He's monster.
Yeah. Yes.
So she would try to mention stuff in prison, but I would do the same thing my dad was doing. Like, man, I'm not trying, and the audience knows that, but she would try to talk to me.
Yeah,
and
I'll
you
try.
would visit me.
But you know what? When I use the Bible, right? I say, Johnny, come on, did you say Bible? You know what? You know what he tell me? Who do you think you can talk to me with the Bible? I know Bible better than you. I say, huh?
Because at that time I read the Bible twice already, and I was Muslim. Yeah.
He said, I read it twice. I also read what
Quran.
Muslim? Yeah, Quran. I say, huh? Okay.
Pharisee. Hashtag big
Wow,
time
heart
Pharisee.
closer.
You know this guy? He said, Mom, because he wants me to get angry. I don't know, huh? And then he said, I even go to the other church, and then I do. And then when I go in, I will work like that.
I would troll
He
the
is
churches.
doing that.
Yeah.
In prison?
No,
No.
outside.
Oh.
when we got out.
Outside.
Yeah, I would troll him.
All the church people look at him and oh, poor baby, and he's sitting there, and then he realized, oh my God, the sermon is about 30 minutes, right?
Yeah, I had
He
to play that role for like 30 minutes.
That is crazy, right? So when he said, Mom, who do you think?
I hated
Yeah.
Christians. Yeah. No, but my mom, she, it's funny that she's bringing this. It's kind of like unpacking all the memories. But it was when my dad obviously talked about that, and then he got mad, that they weren't making money, obviously, because it was not prosperity gospel.
Yeah.
Then he's like, I'm not gonna believe this, and he was like mad at my mom. And then it was really when he saw me stop carrying a gun. My mom can, kind of talk about that.
I learned one thing, that whatever I have some question, I go to talk to the pastor when that time. Because when that time Johnny start to say what, you know what he say? I don't know why. I don't understand why he always take it. When we look at gun, we were scary. We would have a lot of thoughts, right? He always like to take that in front of us and then, I think that's show off. Maybe he didn't recognize that. I don't know. And Daddy and me was like that way, and then so we go in the room, argue a lot with this one. But what can I do? So I was having a hard time. I say, Pastor Han. And then when that time I don't know, one time he was so angry. He said, I'm gonna. And then I cannot take that, And then why he think about that? So I hurry up. I say, I talked to my husband, okay. My husband, he's the one at the beginning, he teared
He ripped it up. He
he
ripped up
ripped
the
the
Bible.
Bible.
Yeah.
But I don't know since when, since Jesus, right? Jesus started to what? Let him lose his strength. Yeah. He's still hardened.
His stubbornness.
Yeah, stubbornness, yeah. So, but he realized that when I go to church, I don't know. Maybe I don't bother him, or maybe I don't really know. So he goes to also with those two sons, because he's really having a hard time. Because I know every friends look down on him, right? He cannot take that. So, however, so I say, so I talked to Pastor. I said, Pastor, I don't know why Johnny says, I'm gonna. You know what Pastor tell me? Oh, sister, don't forget. I say, yeah. What? Just tell Johnny, whenever he wanna, fine. But before he wants to, he let him come to see me once and then go to,
Whoa.
yeah,
That's Pastor Han?
yeah. So,
Pastor Han.
Wow.
Yeah.
so I said, okay. So when I go home, Johnny said, I say, Johnny, I just exactly transferred that words. I say, you can keep anytime, but my mind says, no. Don't tell him. Just he'll be very angry. But I don't know when that time I just let that put my thoughts down. I say, okay, before you die, you go to look at Pastor Han, okay? Go to church again, okay? And then you. And I don't think he listened. But however, that day, my car is broken.
That's the beginning of the story. Do you remember her saying that to you?
Yeah. But when I went, it wasn't Pastor Han, it was Pastor.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Mm-hmm.
And then my car breaks down.
How many days after? So you have that conversation, and how many days until your car broke down?
No, it's not only that. It's about Johnny. At
I
least
forgot. Yeah, I think
about
I remember a few months after.
Yeah.
Like a couple months after.
or maybe 1 year. So that's why it's kind of hard for me to memorize that.
I forget what day specifically she said that, but I remember the day that the car broke down.
Oh, you heard that story?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
The famous one.
Yeah.
The famous
The
one?
black bean noodle story.
Ah, yeah. Oh my God. Do you want to hear my side of
Yes.
talk?
Yeah.
Huh? When I call him, I don't think he will say yes. Okay? I didn't know. Because please don't think about people think that God gave to me promise, so I have to believe. No, I'm not that type person. I am not that okay, God give me promise and then he's gonna do one day. Of course, right
There was
now.
still a lot of doubts.
Yeah, I still, because I'm very, I have a lot, I'm a very sensitive person. I have a lot of thoughts. Yeah, It just, I don't say it doesn't mean I don't have thought. But I just for surely know one thing. Jesus, because of Jesus' blood, I can go to heaven. And to me, that's a big issue. Yeah, good. Yeah. And I never think about death. And then my heart never empty. That's good enough for me. So to me, the heaven is already in my heart. I realize that. I say, actually I'm in heaven. In my heart, really, please, yeah. So that's why. But when I call him, it doesn't. I just know one thing about that part. The other part, I don't know. So I call him. But you know what? So God planned it. So I always say, if God wants to do it, nobody can stop. Nobody, yeah, nobody. So that's why our God is really, yeah. That's why I don't know. That's for phase 4 or not.
So
it doesn't
when
matter.
we get to the thing, what happened? So yeah, 정리 동시 과이들.
Yes. So when I saw him then, and then he come out, and then when he talk about jajangmyeon, right? And Pastor Han, Pastor Han tell him about anything, and then you know what he do? Remember he got salvation, right? And then how he got salvation? When then he's a bowhead, and then he said, "Okay, I'm so Pastor Han, Pastor Kim, if you know what he do? Here, I have you see it. I didn't know he cared to the church. And then he said, you know what? Now, I believe in Jesus, so I'm righteous, okay? I can go to heaven. But now I'm going to go all, kill people. So when I come back, Pastor Kim, I am still righteous.
You said that?
Yeah.
And Pastor Kim says, yes. Look at the yes. When he say, as soon as he say yes, he touched my back. This kind of God, I need to believe it. I was crying, When I look at it, I say, huh? He said, this enough, gosh, this enough God. He touched his forehead. He said, this kind of God, I believe it. And then when I look at it, I say, huh? Oh, I just keep crying. When that time, that was the first time the think for her is come out. That's the first time. I actually, maybe before he gave me, I don't know. So that's why sometimes I'm so happy that I think I know, but I don't know.
So let me clarify, because people hearing this would be like, what? So I had a strap on me, and I was like, so if I take this, let's say, and I go and I smoke somebody, wouldn't that make me not righteous? That's what I meant. And then she heard it like that, but I was saying, wouldn't that make me a sinner again? And then she's saying he opened the verses and he started to explain what sin was, as everyone knows. Started to explain that, yes, God makes you righteous, perfected. And if you did those things, you wouldn't want to do those things. And that's when I was like, I guess this is the God that I can believe. That's what I said. And then he was like, yeah. So then he asked the question. So let's see if you believe. So I expressed to him like, oh, I just had a friend who, in prison. Will he get to heaven? I was asking him very big brain questions. He didn't accept that he was righteous. He didn't believe. He showed me Acts 16:31, but he also said, Johnny, at the same time, this is why we have to believe. Because your friends, who I loved at that time, at the moment, was like, and I still do, he was like, they also need to not live that fate, and we need to also protect them. If you're a real homie, basically, you would protect them. And so that entered my heart, like, dang, that's true. Like, if I really care about them, why would I let them? I don't want them to burn. I don't want them to, you know what I'm saying? Like, not know this type of knowledge. So in my heart, I felt like I was doing, God's work, in that I had a responsibility to now let people know that there is a God who I thought was this tyrant God who doesn't forgive people. And I never felt, the pastor broke everything down for me, made me recognize. So what she's talking about is the early parts of the story, where I get in and I'm like, well, okay, so you say I'm perfect and right, because he preached it very simply at first. Romans 3:24, Hebrews 10:14. Oh, you say I'm perfect, right? Boom, and I went like this, and I was like,
showed him the gun.
Yeah. I was like, so let's say I grab this thing right here, and I go out and I just smoke somebody right now, or multiple people. You're telling me that I'm still gonna be perfect? I was challenging him, and then he goes, well, Johnny, if you think about it, right, that's not what sin is, right? And then he's like, so, okay, what do you think sin is? And he started to break it down. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. So, yeah, and obviously, my mom was like shocked. I looked at her, she started crying, and I wasn't sure why. And then he's like, you're righteous, right? You're perfect, right? And then I'm like, so even if, and I kind of asked it again, so even if I mess up again, he's like, you will mess up again. That's obviously what it is. But that's why he introduced that thought. You can't trust yourself. You can't follow your heart anymore. Because when you follow Johnny, where did it lead you? And then I was like, yeah. He's like, no. Where did it lead you? And he made me answer it. And I was like, to prison. He's like, yeah. And almost death. Yeah. So are you going to follow that same person again? And I was like, no. And he goes, that's what spiritual life is. So you're perfect. If you don't follow yourself, will you grab your and go do? And I was like, oh, and it clicked to me. Then I was like, oh, okay, I get it. You're not saying we could go and just do whatever we want. You're saying now that I'm changing the master, I don't trust myself anymore. The same person, the same self that led me to prison, same self that led me to lust, depression, loneliness, anger. And so from that, I was very, very thankful. And yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That's right.
How would you explain to somebody of what it means to stand back and let God work?
Okay, in my heart, I have no way out. I have no way out. So that means what? It's not that I don't want to do. It's because I already know I cannot do it.
Mm-hmm. She came to the end of herself, essentially.
Yeah.
So the byproduct was you just had to lean on God.
Yeah, because
2 kids in prison.
Yeah, 2 kids in prison. And then also,
yeah.
How can I believe in myself? Because I realize I don't even know God's heart. And I don't know, our God is very powerful, almighty. And he wants to always give me the blessing. Look at it. I threw away his promise so many times. But he keep giving it to me. That means what? I wanted to bless you. I wanted to. It's just I don't know his heart, right? But people doesn't think about that part because it's not. I don't mean for the respect because I don't know either. Even right now, do you think everybody of my church sisters says now I think you came here so long time so you must know. No, I still told them I still don't know my heart.
Wow.
Because
That's
God
deep.
is too deep.
Yeah.
How can I know? How can I know?
Wow.
Yeah, you big brains.
Yeah,
Trying to figure things out like, well,
So we've been recording for 3 hours, so we have some audience questions. But the last thing I want to ask is what do you think about what's happened in Johnny's life so far?
Every time when I saw him, I saw God. Yeah, God's promise, right? And also, he's not my son anymore. He's not my son. Yes, looks like he's my son, but in my heart, no, he's God's son. That's it. So, worldly, I am the most blessed mom. That's how God blessed me. Although people think, how I been through? No. Now I think that those things because God wants to give me this big present.
Amen.
Oh. Wait, there was a really big part of the story before we get into the audience questions.
Yes.
When did you get cancer?
Oh, the cancer, I think about
9 years ago, almost 9 years ago.
So you were out of prison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, so what's going through your mind? Are you like, it's trauma after trauma after trauma, and now you get cancer.
Yes.
What's your feelings towards God?
I feel like maybe this way it's time to die. I already had to say it. So that's why at the beginning, for 13 years old, he let me see through die. Actually, give me power to get through the things. Why? Because it's time to die. It's dying anyway, right? It's dying anyway. But no, it's not. Because he wants to praise through the things, praise his name. He wants to show people that, Sandy, I asked the pastor, okay? Pastor, I said, Pastor, I got cancer. I think this time I would die.
What kind of cancer?
The 胰脏癌, the one.
胰脏癌, pancreatic.
Pancreatic cancer.
Which is, just for the audience, it's like very, very, very low survival rate.
Yes. Pastor Han says too. But you know what? He said, remember this, okay? For Jesus, for Jesus, tell me, sister, for Jesus, heal sickness is easier, or to wash out our sin is easier? Which one is easier? Then I say, of course, because he healed the words by what? Only by word. He say one word, healed. If he want to wash our sin, the one he has to crucify on the cross, right? So I say, heal, right? It's easier for Jesus. And then he told me that, do you think right now, when Jesus see you got this cancer, he will just say, oh my God, this cancer, I cannot handle it. He will just doesn't heal you. He passed by. I said, no. Then I said, yeah. So Pastor Han says, yeah, no worry, okay? No worries. That's because he wants to what? Glorify his name. So that's why I got healed.
Wow.
Really, really, I got healed. After that, I don't even feel anything. And I still live this long. Right?
Yeah, you look healthy.
Yeah. Now I can
Shout out Dr. Wakely. Pastor Kim.
Yes, yeah.
That's amazing.
And Jesus.
Yeah.
Shout out my dog Jesus.
Yeah, it's such an incredible story, and it's what I like most about it is your honesty, that you still had doubts, and that there was a lot of times that you didn't feel grateful towards God, yet he kept giving you the same promise, and he still kept you close. And then at the end of it all, he blessed you.
Thank you. Yeah, that's the thing. That's how our God, Heavenly Father.
Looking back on everything and reflecting on everything that happened up until this point, is there anything, if you had the chance to go back to your younger self, what would you say to your younger self?
When I say younger self, I say, just wait. Jesus will let you know. Just wait. Yeah, you could be suffering, but no problem. Yeah. And then I will say, doing good job, Sandy.
What advice would you give to other parents who are going through a similar situation to what you went through with your kids?
Jesus will find them, because that's not, nobody can have this kind of suffering. Nobody can overcome. Only Jesus can. Please, looking for Jesus. Just even pray. You don't know how to pray, just pray. You don't believe, just go to praise Jesus. He's looking for you. He's going to go to you. Please.
So those people in suffering, essentially, she's saying God will come to you. That's what she's saying. Basically waiting upon the Lord.
Johnny always says, they're not your kids, they're God's kids, and you just have to let him raise them. So it's great advice to parents to just seek God, and he will bring you and your kids the answers you're looking for. So just wait. It's great advice.
Thank you.
So for this next segment, we are going to be answering questions from the audience, from you guys, from our Discord, as well as our Core of the Heart community. And you guys got some really good questions from Mama Chang. So the first question is from Anonymous again, tier 3. What was your go-to prayer to God about your son? So for you, Mom, you what was your prayer? What did you pray the most about me?
I always pray God that just let him be alive, and then God let him knowing God. Let him knowing God. That's the most important thing.
Wow, very simple.
How often would you pray that?
Actually, I don't pray every day. When I think about it, I just prayed it. Yeah.
Was it because you believed every day more than you prayed?
Actually, you know what? We were thinking, yes, because he gave me promise already.
Dang.
So, of course, I need to pray. That's right. But sometimes, I forgot to pray because I'm not used to it. But I keep watch the promise that God gave to me. When I feel I lost strength, I just take out that word.
Scripture.
Yeah, scripture, yeah.
Wow, scripture
it never
is stronger than
changed.
prayer.
It never changed. But my heart changed.
For the next question is from Gianna. I believe this is from our Discord or Core of the Heart. What's your favorite passage in the Bible that gave you hope for life in your family? What's your favorite scripture?
Yeah.
If you watched the episode, you'd know. You'd know. If you heard me in my main stages, you'd know. Go ahead, Mom.
Okay. I have several, but the most really the Acts chapter 16, verse 1. Also, Joshua. Joshua chapter 2, verse 13. Actually, I read whole chapter. If you guys can read more, please read it. Even now, I read it.
You heard it from Mama Chang. Read your Bibles.
Yeah.
Or you remember it. Go
yeah,
ahead.
I remember, but I don't know how to speak English.
Yeah.
Prostitute Rahab.
Prostitute Rahab.
And as soon as we had heard these things, our hearts did melt. Neither did there remain any more courage in any man because of you, for the Lord your God. He is God in heaven above and in earth beneath. Now, therefore, I pray you, swear unto me by the Lord, since I have what is this word? SHEWED. What is
Showed.
Since I have showed you kindness, that you will also show kindness unto my father's house and give me a true token, and that you will save alive my father, my mother, and my brothers, and my sisters, and all that they have, and deliver our life from death.
Yeah.
Yeah? Yeah. So that means what? Since then, I say, So what they have, right? My husband become what? My brothers, right? Johnny and James will become my brother.
In Christ, Mom. You gotta
In
say
Christ.
in Christ.
Yeah, in Christ.
Whoa.
And also, actually in their words says possess. Whatever they have, God all gave to it. So that's why, I say, husband, I'm going to become rich too. So that's the most, please, if anyone lose hope, read that one. And Acts chapter 16, verse 1st.
Verse 31.
Verse 31. Yeah, please. To me, those two. And then also Mark 11.
Arshisa.
Yeah, 11, chapter
Pray.
11, 24.
Yeah. Pray, believe, receive.
Yeah, if you believe you already what? Received. Then you receive.
Yeah.
So believe it first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go
Thank
collect
you,
that
thank
10
you.
grand.
Huh?
Go pick up that 10 grand.
Yeah, man. Pick it up.
Great answer.
Good answer.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Okay, next one is Camellia. From our Discord, she asks, what advice would you give to women who aren't really sure if they want to have children? I'm always scared of not being a good mom.
Oh, yes. It's I'm the first time become mom too. No problem.
Yeah.
No problem. God will bless all the kids.
Yeah.
Please. Yeah. God will bless. And then all the kids they bring their own food, they bring their things. God already prepared for them. No worries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're saying that they don't need to worry about being a good mom because the real parent is...
Yeah, the real
God.
parents is, you know what, if you reason based off the Bible, then Bible is all say about truth. Yeah, it's about human beings' heart. And also it has answer how to raise kids.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. It is.
She said she's scared, so fear. Do you think fear is from God?
No,
Yeah.
fear definitely not from God.
Come
She
on.
might she say fear, it could be she worry.
Yeah, but still worry is not from
But
God.
still worry is not from God. Yeah, you know what? Become worry is okay.
Yeah.
Become fear is okay. But remember, Jesus always will overcome everything.
Facts.
Come on.
Come on. And if you guys like questions like this, we do a free live event called After Service where we do sermons, live Q&As, and fellowship. To RSVP for a city near you, text afters to the number below. See you guys there. The last question is from Raquel. She asks, what is your favorite memory of me with Johnny, basically, or of Johnny?
Right now, I to me that's at that time, okay. He doesn't easy to lose your stuff. He doesn't easy to lose your something phone or nothing.
No.
Huh?
Keeps track of his things.
Really?
Yeah, for the most part.
I was that kid.
He drops things in public for sure.
Yeah.
I don't lose stuff. No.
Keeps
Really?
track of
No?
his
But
stuff.
I was
No.
that one kid who would be like, hey, Johnny, where's your sweater? I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, 1 month I buy him 12 jacket.
You're literally the
1
kid.
month at the school. I say, Johnny, where's your clothes? So I hurry up, go back. Because when that time we bought it, it's very warm though. You know, at the school, kids like that.
They just take
1 month, 12. I buy them 12.
it. Dang.
That was
losing one like every other day.
Yeah, really though. So I was kind of whoa, but I was so happy when that time. Why? It's supposed to be worried, it's supposed to kind of annoying, but I just say, oh my God, I have money to buy him, yeah, And then he keep laws out. Yeah, I keep buying, and I can go to department store shopping, eye shopping. Oh, that was a perfect though. Yeah. Otherwise, I wouldn't have time.
So, what's your worst memory of me, or when you saw like that I was maybe evil?
You know what? James come out.
James, come on. James just got out of prison.
Oh yeah, James just got out of prison first day. Okay, first day. So I remember he wants to eat barbecue. We went to barbecue, and then we were so happy eat it. And then my husband drive car. I was sitting in the front. All of a sudden, the two of them, because they speak like street English, right? So I don't understand. So I say, huh? And then my husband says, oh my God. I say, huh? And then Johnny said, so what do you think? Do you think I care? I don't even care. And James says, you know what? They start to argue, right? Because they talk too fast and the words I don't understand. And then Johnny said, let's get off the car. And then he got off the car. You hear what I'm saying? He got off the car. And then, you know what he said? James, come on, hit me. On the street, the James come out on the car. And when I look at James, James kind of angry too. But I don't see James like kind of scary too. But Baba and I scared, right? I say, and then Johnny said, okay, do you think that I do? And James said, okay, fine. But you know what? You know, all of a sudden this guy slapped his brother on the street the first day. And then I said, when that time I was shocking, I said, oh my God, both of them gonna go in a way. I really about think, because James gonna, you know. And then the lady, I saw the lady one of the lady, she parked the car in front of us, and then she looked at luckily, I said, oh, hurry up, please. And then Daddy says, I say, hurry up, come here. James, would you please? But Johnny said, I don't care. Don't go. Let them call the police. And the lady started calling. I said, James, please come to the car. But James, you know what? Come on the car. And then this guy still, and then go on the car. And then when we go home, I look at the back. I'm so scared the police come, right? But even when we got home, this guy still, you know what? James, come on. Let's do it now. You know, that time, if I can, you know, wow. I remember that time, I first time I'm thinking if, I'm gonna kill him. Or maybe I will kill him. No. First time I was thinking about that. Wow, this guy, really evil. He doesn't care. So that's why for become today, wow. It's him.
I did. Because I would challenge my brother, like, you know, because I felt like, being, yeah. All right, I can't give a rebuttal. When I was young, you know, younger brothers always get picked on. So they have a type of rage that's a little bit different. So with him, I was like, when I would fight with him, I would somehow, it would be Satan, now I know, would make me think about all the things we would fight about before. So I wanted my get back, basically my run back. And so I would, my mom's right, I would always provoke my brother. So yeah, I started smacking him, like backhanding him, like straight slaps. And he was just taking it.
He would just take it, yeah.
And my mom was like, Johnny, stop. And I was like, what's up? I thought you were a gangster. Boom, and I smack him. And then I could see my brother, like, first day out, which is really messed up. You know what I mean? Like, that was messed up because he's on parole. He's getting violated, you know? And, yeah, it was bad, bro. It was bad. I was a bad guy. And my anger was really bad. Obviously, my brother knows, and he, you know, I apologize to him for this. But that's when my mom was like, you're so horrible, Johnny. Like, how could you do that? You know, you don't even care. And that's what she meant. And then when we got home, I was still trying to challenge him. So what's up then? You want to, all right, so there's no cops, there's no nothing. We can just get down right now. And then he's like, he knew, you know, because I was baiting him out. And he's like, man, Johnny, like, bro, you already know you're not going to play fair anyways. Like, why are you going to do this, bro? You know? And then I was just like, and he was like, dude, like, all right. And what stopped me, actually, my mom left out, was my brother. Like, all right, go ahead. Just beat me up. Go ahead. And I was like, damn. He's like, go ahead, right? All the stuff I did to you, all right, I wasn't there for you. All right. That's why I realized my brother he had remember on our podcast, I said he had a bigger heart, like a bigger person heart. He was always like, all right, go ahead. I'll stand right here, And I was like, no, you hit me first, And he's like, no, it's cool. I'll stand right here. And then I was like, and I walked off. Actually, I used to think like less of my brother, but he's so much bigger than me as a person. Like he was the one right out of the pen, institutionalized multiple years, and was like, all right, Johnny, like that's when I knew my brother like loved me, as a person. Yeah. It's crazy. Yeah, after that, you can ask my brother, I never ever tried to do that again. I was like, dang, I'm sorry, Bad big man breath. Nah, but yeah, thank you guys. Thank you, Mom.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming and sharing your story.
That about wraps up the episode, guys. It was very emotional. I was very thankful. I teared up on a lot of parts. I'm thankful, and please share in the comments what you loved about Mama Chang. If you learned anything from her, if you have any questions for her, please share those types of things. My mom has obviously been through so much, and, this is not just a testament for my mom. The same God that worked in my mom's life is also working in your guys' lives. And I hope that you can take that with you. And yeah, I was exposed completely, but I'm very thankful about the vulnerability that she shared, the rawness, the realness. And I hope you guys can tune in every week, because you learn something, not just from me, but lessons from my mom, lessons from pastors through, to my mom, through us. And yeah, please like, comment, share, and really, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it, and see you guys next week.